So now let's move on to the next option. So that is AMI backup plans to create the AWS backup plans to create AMIs. So what happens when AWS take the backups? So yeah, and in any production environment, what we will require is taking the backups in on a regular interval, so that let's say if something happens, something bad happens to our application servers, so we might be able to recover that from a snapshot. So that's what happens. But let's say if you try to take the backup, and let's say if you are rebooting, because eventually this AWS backup, what it will do, it will take the snapshot only, and to take the snapshot, ideally it should reboot, it should stop the machine first, and in stopped state, when there are no application writing on the disk, this particular AWS should take the snapshot. But it is not feasible in the production environment. I mean, you cannot afford to take down those machines more frequently. So now what is the another option? So this is a no reboot option, and that won't help you to create an AMI. So AWS is taking backup of the snapshot. So using that snapshot also you can create the AMIs, but that won't have or guarantee the integrity, right? Because you need to reboot the instance. So there is very small concept of how we can create the automation out of it. So let me just open the brush, and I'll tell you how we can create that particular automation. So there is a service in AWS that is called as event bridge rule. Okay, if I want to show you that, just go to here and search for event bridge rule. Okay, so Amazon event bridge, it says, so this particular event bridge rule, what it can do, it can do jobs like a scheduling, and how it works. So it talks with different APIs, and you can write something like it can talk with this Amazon Lambda. And what is this Amazon Lambda is? So Amazon Lambda will be so it can create some custom functions using Amazon Lambda. So what we can do here, so this is just an example like how you can automate those things. So let's say if you have this event bridge, rule, so why we are using event bridge here? So you can think this as just a scheduler. Okay, so that means you want to schedule something on a regular time interval, so you can use this one. So there can be some downtimes involved. I mean, let's say now if you want to have the data integrity, so definitely you will have to stop those instances. But instead of stopping those instances in the peak hour, what you can do, you can schedule the downtimes in a time where there is a less traffic, or you can say that fixed downtime is there to take the backups on a regular interval. So let's say if you are taking a backup in 7 days or something like that, so you can fix some time there, right? And now what is this event bridge rule will do? It will help us in scheduling that particular thing. So let's say if you schedule that. Now this event bridge is a serverless service and a headless service, I would say, and it talks with the directly with many Amazon APIs. But currently what we'll be using is a Amazon AWS Lambda function. And this, what is the job of this Lambda function is, so this is useful to create automations, or to create automation, or I would say the task. So this is just a simple example. I mean, we might see it in later sessions also. So it will, this Lambda function is again a service, and by using it you can create some automations like task, whatever you want, right? Now what will happen? So in that particular automation, we will write create AMI. So we will write this automation of creating AMI, but with reboot option. Okay, but with reboot option, so that we have that data integrity. Okay, now once so what will happen, you have scheduled some backup, right? You have scheduled some EC2 creation. and what you will do, you will this event bridge rule will trigger this lambda function. Now this lambda function has defined some automation. So what it will do, it will create an AMI by rebooting the particular EC2 instance. And let's say if this is a EC2 instance, it will trigger this EC2 instance. It will take it down, it will take a snapshot, and it will create an AMI out of it. So this is like an automation of how, like, this is like a custom automation you can do to create your own AMI by using the snapshot in a regular interval if you want. So this was just an example to demonstrate like how we can do this particular thing. Now let's try to understand how do we migrate this particular instance in the availability zones. So okay, just go back to this particular AMIs. So if we come back here and if we just go inside this particular AMI, now here you will have this particular AMI, right, that I have created. Now let's say we are in which region? We are in US East 1, right? So there might be different availability zone. I mean 3 availability zone in this particular region. So what I can do now, this particular image I have created, so I can schedule the node or I can launch the instance in different availability zone as well. So how to do that? So I will not be going ahead and launching it. I will just say where we have to do the changes. So in this particular configure instance, what you have to do is you have this subnet, correct? So I am creating the instance from that particular AMI. Now you can select. So you see there are different availability zones like 1E, 1D, 1F, 1C, 1A, 1B. So 1A, 1B, 1C. So there are like 6 availability zone, right, in this current region, US East 1. So you can select any of this particular availability zone, and now you can create the machine in that particular availability zone. So by default, like as I mentioned, this AMI is a region specific, right? So that means while I'm creating the while I'm creating this particular instance, now I would show you something. If we go to EC2, okay, and if we go to the AMIs, okay, so we do see these 2 AMIs, but let's try to change the region, okay. You do not have any images in this region. So that's what I mean by having the AMI is a region specific resource.